Now my vocals are warmed up.
Absolutely. All right. Welcome, everybody on Facebook, as well as everybody over on YouTube here. Welcome to Growing Creators. This is kind of a new thing that I've been trying to implement here on the channel. Basically, what we're doing is highlighting different YouTubers having to do with the gardening niche of all sorts of things. And this is AJ from AJ's Green Topics. I was actually on AJ's channel maybe 6-7 months ago. I don't even know when the exact time frame was, but all I know is time does go by way too fast.
Yes,
And so
it
AJ had me on his channel, just like sharing my story and everything. And it was really a blessing to be able to go on there and show people why I built my passion around gardening and what it's really truly all about. And so AJ's got a channel of he's almost to the 3,000 subscriber mark, right?
Yeah.
And so, let me double click here, bring over here. Let's go over to AJ's channel. This is AJ's channel at AJ's Green Topics 2.94. Let's get him to over 3,000 subscribers, guys. It's only going to take a few of us to subscribe over on his channel if you're watching this later on the replay as well. AJ is a great guy who's really got a passion for all things worms. I did not know, I had no idea that so many different videos could be made on the topic. I mean, like, it's incredible how many videos you got here. So AJ, you put in a lot of hard work on the channel, and I definitely recognize that. And I think that it's time that you start growing fast. And so we're going to talk a little bit today about you and what brought you to worm farming in the first place. We're going to talk a little bit about your channel and then different things that you've been implementing, kind of the big picture of what you're trying to build on your channel, so we can connect with the viewer and bring them over to you and your channel and help you grow. Because slowly over time with YouTube and Facebook and everything, it's something that it's like pushing a boulder, but luckily that boulder is right on the edge of a cliff. So at first it's going to be really hard to get that thing going and moving. Extremely difficult to get the amount of reach that we want or would maybe even expect to have for our social media accounts. But once we tip it over that edge, it's almost impossible to stop.
Right.
Not just because of how many people are going to be attracted to you, but because that's when we start to see results and we start to build our passion for what we're doing. And that's why I always tell people, if you're going to start a YouTube channel, if you're going to start a Facebook page, it better not be for money, because if you don't have a passion or a heart and drive behind it, you're going to give up. You're going to do it for a couple of years and realize, I've made 700 videos and I'm just kind of done with it. Like, I just don't want to do it. But if it's on a topic that you have a passion for, then that's something that you're going to be doing forever, no matter what. And that's why I started my video on gardening. I said, this is something that I absolutely love doing. I'm going to be doing it forever. I want to be able to teach people how to do this as well and educate them. So AJ, it sounds like you're on that same sort of track with you and your channel as well, sitting at just about 3,000 subscribers. What was it that brought you to start your YouTube channel in the first place, as opposed to all other things that you could do with your time and your effort? Why? Explain to our viewers why you're passionate about this.
First of all, my kids, when they told me about YouTube, they're like, you can make money on YouTube. I'm like, there's no way. And the only thing that I knew about YouTube was just video games. You had the people that did video games and they made money. And I'm like, okay. And then one day I started looking on YouTube and worms just came up into my mind. And in life, if you have that idea, there's a reason why you have that. So I started looking at videos and connected with other worm farmers and purchased some worms from Uncle Jim's Worm Farm. Back in 2017 is when I really got my channel started.
Yeah.
And I made mistakes. I froze my worms the first time because family didn't want them inside the house, and because we always have that thing about if worms get out, they'll get you, but don't worry about worms. Don't get If they do get out, they'll just die to become worm jerky. They won't get in your bed, so don't worry about that. But worms are good, and what I've noticed is that when you take care of your worms, you feed them food scraps. They'll eat, you know, cardboard, newspaper, your organic waste. It's a huge benefit because I have the opportunity to sell worms, sell the compost for fertilizer. And the worm farming has also helped me to become involved with the garden community because they tie in together because I have worms and I can give other people worms and give them fertilizer and it's just a win-win and they can give me crops, the circle of life.
Absolutely. That's so cool. That's so cool that you're already, selling products and making a little bit of money off of this thing, even though, it might be smaller at this point. It's going to grow fast, especially since you do have such a passion for it. That's really, really cool. Where are you at? You're located in Iowa, right?
Yep, it's zone 5A. It's 5A, I'm in.
It is 5A? Okay. See, and we're actually, funny enough, we are zone 5B here.
Okay.
And because we're right next to Lake Michigan, that kind of has that lake effect, which ultimately extends our growing season just a little bit. But AJ, would you be able to send us some worms or compost that I could display on the channel too?
Yeah, I can always hook you up. And also I have the chance I connect with other worm farming businesses.
Yeah.
And if your weather's warmer, it'd be easier for them to ship them from Georgia than it would be from Iowa. You'd have a better chance of your worm surviving. So yeah, we can always touch base and get worms shipped. And I'm an affiliate with Uncle Jim's Worm Farm. Mimi's Worms. I'm affiliated with her and the Worm Bucket and I just connected. So there's plenty of other people that I've connected with over the past few years, the past year, and truly a blessing to be able to connect with other people that will allow you the opportunity to invest into their business as well.
Yeah, that's so cool. I've found, we talked a little bit about this earlier. I've found that it's kind of incredible to see how many different companies are just looking to try and get their products out to people. And that could be a really, really good source of some side income for you too. And hopefully you get some affiliate links as you start building your channel and you start growing. Because this is something that you're going to be doing long term then, from what it seems, right?
Yeah, I'm 53 and I look at my age because the older you get, when you have worms and they eat the paper and it becomes the dirt or the compost, it gets heavy. So it takes its toll on your body. So you got to figure out a way to be ergonomic when it comes to the heavy worm castings eventually.
Yep. And that's possibly, something that you could look into as far as different review videos that would help grow your channel. AJ, we were talking earlier too about growing your channel and building your brand and everything. So anybody who is interested in worms, check out AJ's Green Topics. For those of you tuning in on Facebook, I know it's just me. You can't see both screens here. But I got AJ live on YouTube. You can go check out his channel. If you need to know anything about worms, this guy's got hundreds of videos on worms. It blows me away how much content he's able to put out. And we're going to be working with him on really spicing up his channel, getting a good look to it, and start building and growing his channel as a creator, because he definitely deserves it. I think everybody out there who's trying to push for something bigger and better deserves a medium like that. And so we're going to really try and do that for you. I think you could definitely come out on top. You're at 3,000 subscribers right now. Let's try and set some goals for you and continuously work with you throughout this year and throughout next year and see what we can hit. I found that in life with all things, being able to set goals and make a decision to attract those goals into our lives, especially, through God and through leading Christ-led lives, being able to live that life through a passionate heart and experiential growing of that is huge, really, really big. if you have that passion at hand, we're going to make it happen for you. The internet, everybody else, we're going to start pulling some people over here for you. That's why I wanted to do more of these live streams. It's incredible how many people I reach out to that just, the emails get buried. They never get to them. They never see them. And then I'll talk to them later. I'll finally get to in contact and say, I had no idea you were even emailing me. So it blows me away. But, I'm trying to get more and more creators over here. So if maybe somebody is watching the live streams or watching later on the replay as well, definitely I want to get more people over here on the live stream so we can start doing this.
Awesome.
That's why it's called, it's growing creators, because we're all on the topic of growing, gardening, worms, composting, homestead stuff, all of those things we can build together. So if we're able to build a network of strong people that are working together, I think it's going to be super, super critical. AJ, let's talk about worms quick. We talked a little bit about some other stuff. Let's talk about worms here. Also, candid shot, nobody knows this watching right now, but AJ and I just got done with a 45-minute interview on my other YouTube channel. I thought I was streaming on Expedition Homestead, but I was actually streaming on Expedition Homestead Family. So we're going to cut that interview up. We're going to put that here on this channel so you can watch it later as well. But so we have been already talking for almost an hour, in case you can't tell. So quite a bit of talking here. So let's talk a little bit about worms. If I'm going to go out there and start a worm farm or a worm bin, what are some materials that I need to start off? Say I want to grow a couple, you said you had mentioned 2 pounds of worms to start off with.
Yeah.
What kind of material do I need to get out there and grow right away, right off the bat?
Okay, the first thing is you got to know exactly where you're going to have your worm bin at. Is your partner, spouse, whatever, going to allow you the opportunity to have them inside your house? If not, you got to figure out how to keep them warm in the winter. But in a perfect condition, say it's springtime, the best thing to do is get you a nice Rubbermaid tote or a tote in general.
Yep.
I used to use 2 holes, use 2 totes, and you drill holes in one and you'd have the liquids. But I stopped doing that.
Okay.
But,
so you don't separate the leachate or anything. You just let it go all natural. You like that a lot more.
Yeah. In a perfect world, if you have your worm bins running correctly, you won't have the moisture in it. But I have my bins in the basement, and condensation gets in there, so my bins are always wet. But my worms won't drown. They're taken care of, so I don't have any problems. But the first thing you have to do is, number one, decide where do you want to store your worms. The next thing you do is you get your bedding prepared. Some people use cocoa coir or peat moss, but I don't usually use that. I use cardboard, shredded newspaper, not the glossy stuff, and I get it wet.
What about cereal boxes? Are those bad because they're glossy?
I just talked to a person that says he composts the cereal boxes. But I don't put them in my worm bins because I don't know what's in that yet. It's all the ink. So my worm bins don't have cereal boxes, but I'm going to start breaking my boxes down and just put them outside in the compost bin to see if they break down. And I'll use that like as a mulch, but I wouldn't want to put that in my garden.
Okay.
But that's just me. People, whatever works for you, try it for yourself. But I don't put that in my worm bins. And after I get my paper, to the consistency of a wrung out sponge, I will get like a little bit of dirt, like a couple of handfuls to get the microbes and everything started.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, what you do, you put a little grit. I have grounded up eggshells. I have a magic bullet mini that I ground up my eggshells. Okay. And you let your bin sit for a couple of days so the microbes and everything can get started. And then you should add your worms after that.
Sure.
And the water should be, they say rainwater or non-chlorinated water to get your worm bin started. But after a couple of days, once your worms are in there, you give them a little food. Don't overfeed them. And then the more worms you get, you can start adding more food. They say worms eat half their body weight a day, and I say to go with 2,000 worms. That's 2 pounds, because that'll give you the chance to allow them to eat, so many pounds of food a week. And the math just goes that they'll double in population every 3 months. So you can have
Wow.
2,000, 4,000. But worms are smart. It depends on the size of their bin if they're going to keep multiplying. So you can stop the worms can stop multiplying, and then you would have to split your bin.
So are you telling me that the worms know and they'll control their own colony sizes just based off of that?
Yeah, worms are smart. They're smarter than us. I'm going to say that right up.
Yeah.
They are. I mean, they don't have any worries. They eat, poop, and mate.
Man,
It
sounds like an incredible life, baby.
And they can't see. And I just did a video on how they can find other worms. So, they're just amazing. They've been around longer than mankind. And the thing about worms, they're defensive, but yet useful. Everything eats them, birds, moles.
Mm-hmm.
But a benefit, fish, we use them for fishing, but they're also a benefit for us because they allow us to use their poop, their worm castings, to have the best organic fertilizer in your garden beds.
Yeah.
And the thing about worms too, they're when I started, it was about $45 for 2,000 worms. Now it's about 55 plus. So every year they're getting more expensive. So if you're going to start, like with anything, start now, because the longer you wait, you're going to lose out. You're going to pay more in the long run. So I have 5 bins going right now. I have red wigglers, blue worms, and European night crawlers. And the worm bins that I like the best is the mixed worms. I call that my diversity and inclusion worm bins. It has red wigglers, blue worms, and night crawlers. And the food scraps are just devoured. They do their own thing, but they all get along. So that's my
really pick. So different worms, they won't outcompete one another. They really kind of work together.
Yep, I was kind of nervous. I did a lot of research because before I didn't want my worms mixed. You want the purebred worms, but for me, my goal is just to have them devour the food scraps and to produce worm castings. Anyone can worm farm, have a worm bin. Doesn't matter where you live. You can have a small tote. I'll show you what I have. Excuse me for 1 second.
Yep, no problem.
It's a quick plug.
I gotta get myself another worm bin after this.
Yeah, this is the worm bin. They just allow me the opportunity to become an affiliate link associate, but there's 250 worms in here. So this is a good system. It's a 2-bucket system, but you can make your own as well. But this is a good system if you're thinking about just starting out. It has everything you need to get your kit started.
Sure. So AJ, if people are over on your channel, your latest videos will have a link in the description below for that, then, to buy some of those if they need to.
Yeah, I put their link. There's the website link, and someone said I should put an Amazon link as well, because some people go to Amazon.
Absolutely. Whenever you can, put an Amazon link in all of your descriptions. Even on the description of this live stream right here, I've got maybe 12 Amazon links.
Okay.
Right? Yep. And I'm going to show you, I'll show you the power of that later when we're going through some more of our coaching stuff, because I want to help you. You don't know this yet, but I want to help you build and grow personally, right? I appreciate that, man. And so I'll show you the power of Amazon affiliate links later, and how you can start small, and it's like all things, you're just building that snowball. It's going to slowly take over time. It's going to grow and build. But yes, whenever you can put a link to anything, even if you were to just go on Amazon and search red wigglers, and right there, you can get a link right off of that homepage. So it's not a specific product. Okay. It brings them to Amazon, and then they've got all of the products having to do with red wigglers. Okay. And I think that the catch on Amazon is like 36 hours. So if somebody clicked that link and then they buy something within 36 hours, even if it's not directly related to what you were trying to propose to them.
Mm-hmm.
You're still being able to support your business and support your passion through that. So really, really, really don't be afraid to put Amazon links all over the place, because at the end of the day, it's not that Amazon's this giant corporation that's taking all of this money, because there is still mom and pop shops on Amazon that really have been able to thrive through the pandemic because of it. And yes, I do believe that Jeff Bezos is one greedy son of a gun, if we might say. Definitely greedy.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope that his family generations down after him do something different with their money.
Okay. Yeah.
But Amazon is a powerful resource for you as a creator, for anybody on social media. It's a powerful resource to stop trading our time for money and start building these systems around us. The algorithms don't mind it either, because now all these companies are working together to increase profits as well. So, I do a lot of research on YouTube creator stuff and algorithms, and the algorithm really doesn't mind it anymore. They used to not like when people did that.
Yeah.
But now the algorithm's smart enough to realize that I'm providing a valuable resource to the viewer. And again, the algorithm is, I'm not attracting the viewer. The algorithm is pulling the viewer over. That's it. The algorithm's just looking at what that viewer wants, and it's going to serve it to them. And by providing more value to them over time, and not only just what their eyeballs are seeing, but what their hands are clicking and what they're purchasing and buying as well, all that is seen by the algorithm nowadays. So it's really incredible how in depth it goes and how integrated it is. So don't be afraid to put those links out on there. Diverting people away from that page onto Amazon or something is not going to be a problem anymore like it used to be. It used to be a really big thing where you didn't want anybody to click away from YouTube, to click away from Facebook, because it's going onto a different platform. But now all these things are working together more than they ever were before. So AJ, I think you are definitely on the right route. I love what I see here. We're going to start. Let's talk a little bit about future goals and what you're trying to do here. How many subscribers are we looking to get in the next year over on your channel? Hopefully we can get, if anybody's watching this finds value in AJ's topics, because he's got a ton of videos on worms. If you're interested in worms whatsoever, like I said in the thumbnail, he's your king. He is the worm king here. You really are. I don't know of anybody else on YouTube that's got that many videos on just worms. Where are you going to go from here? What is your goal for 2023? What does that look like?
Hi, Raz. Raz just came in. My goal is right now, get to 3,000, and then after that, 5,000 or whatever, 5,000 and 10,000, and we'll go from there. But I wouldn't mind doing worm farming full time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I can make good income, and because people have become debt free raising worms, but I don't have the room. But yet is the key word. So the thing is, you just got to talk to your family and see what works best for them. But the older you get, it's harder to do things anymore. And so if I can just keep helping people out, encourage them to start a worm farm, that's one goal that I have. But yeah, if I become a more successful worm farmer in the future, that's another thing that I have as a milestone as well too.
And now, do you currently make any revenue off of just YouTube itself and AdSense?
Yeah, I'm monetized. I make a few bucks here and there, and I put everything back into the channel. And I'm a giver, and what I do, if I reach a milestone, when I get to 3,000, I got a video, a live stream that I'm gonna do to have a giveaway. So whatever money, if people invest in me, like I have people that are channel members, and I'll get their address and I'll send them something just for the support of the channel. So I go out of my way to help, to invest back into the community, because I believe if you believe in someone, you should invest in them, because you will always receive something back 100-fold. I noticed that, because they say if you hold on to something, you're not allowed, you can't get rid of it. Once you release it, it's released and it'll come back to you. Don't expect, I don't expect like people just to give me numbers. Support me because you like me. You know what I mean? Watch a couple videos. We don't. Some people don't like to watch ads, but watch one ad, a 30-second ad. So, but yeah, I'm not all about mine. I'm all about the community.
Sure. And as far as those ads go, it actually doesn't matter if they watch that ad or not. All that matters is what that company paid for that click. It's your click rate. So that company is basically, they say, I'm going to pay AJ's Green Topics $12 per 1,000 clicks. It doesn't matter if they go through and watch the whole thing or not, as far as what you're going to be earning instantly. But what I will say is that if larger companies start to see that you're actually converting sales good, that's when they're going to start paying more and more and more. So over time, being more and more dialed in with the type of viewers that you're attracting into your life and into your channel, that's just going to get easier and easier with time, and you're going to start earning a little bit more money just off of that as well. So being connected to a driven purpose in life is huge in all things, and it's big in YouTube as well. And I think you're on the right route with that. So everybody, AJ's Green Topics 2.94. We're going to get them up to 3,000 subscribers here real quick. Anybody watching on the replay as well, check out AJ's Green Topics here. You're going to start seeing his channel grow and start to see his channel really, really change over this next year. I think we need to set some numbers for you, though. Set some numbers in your head and say that you're going to reach 6,000 subscribers by the end of this year. How long have you been making YouTube videos?
Probably about 3 to 4 years active now. So I just started, getting really active and uploading videos, and things that kind of slowed me down was trying to find the right niche, and this and that. But I know that I'm focused on the worm farming journey. So since I've done that consistently and gardening, because things are going to change once the weather gets wet. I'll do a lot more gardening videos. But like I said, 3,000 is a huge milestone. My first, getting 100 was challenging, and then after that, 1,000 came quicker than I thought than getting 100.
Guaranteed. It definitely was. The first 100 is extremely difficult, especially since you're just starting. You don't know what to do. You don't know where to go. You don't know how to market this thing. Like, how am I supposed to connect with viewers through this camera, right? It is a really, really hard thing. So 6,000 subscribers this year. Let's get you to that. I think you can do it. Start implementing shorts. Start putting some short videos on your channel here. You've got a few of them. It looks like they do, you got 50 views, 100 views, a couple 100 views. I encourage you, try and do at least one short video a week. It's only going to take you 5 minutes to do it, to post it. Don't worry about doing tags or descriptions or anything like that. That's a beautiful thing about shorts, is we don't really have to do a whole lot of that. The algorithm will take care of the shorts for us. Start doing that so you can start gathering people from that side of YouTube, because a lot of viewers are going towards shorts nowadays. Unfortunately, like, it's hard for us as educational creators, as you are and as I am. We want to be making 8-minute videos, 12-minute videos. That's like ideal to get a nice bit of information out there where we can be clear and concise on our message, but yet it's not going to be a 45-minute video where nobody's going to be able to see it, and it's just going to be a very, very, very niche. So start doing some short videos, start working on your thumbnails, and we're going to have you on this channel again. Let's hit like at second quarter, let's have you on the channel again and see how you're doing.
That's awesome.
Because that way I can push you a little bit and keep you accountable with your growth. Because I think I wish I had that when I was starting YouTube. Granted, ultimately, AJ, I am a person that pushes hard and pushes big. I've got big dreams and big goals with everything I do. And God has instilled that inside of me. But now I want to to find true value, I
Mm-hmm.
want to change the world. I want to teach more people how to grow. I want to
Yeah,
teach
that's
more
good.
people how to grow their own food
That's
and
good.
to grow their YouTube channels and free up their time so they can do things that provide value to
That's
them
right.
in a spiritual basis. Because you know, as critical as it is that we all have our 9 to 5 jobs to
Mm-hmm.
earn an income, ultimately as human beings, that's just not what we were meant to do. You know, it's unfortunately the world that we live in, and we just got to buckle down and do our best no matter what we're doing. We live Christ-led lives of passion so we can, in everyday basis, you know, as an electrician, I love what I do. I absolutely would not trade it for the world.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be an electrician forever.
Mm-hmm.
But I've had jobs in the past where I absolutely hated, but it was
Mm-hmm.
just what I had to do to get through. But I understood
Yeah.
at the end of the day, there was something bigger for me. There's something bigger for you, AJ, and there's something bigger for any viewer out there as well. So let's set up some goals. Let's get you growing. Anybody watching now, if they want to check out AJ's channel and watch him as he grows and starts to build, do it. Do it, because he is the man for the job. Let's
Yeah.
go over to his channel again really quick just to show you guys where it's at. AJ's Green Topics. Yes, I have worms. He's got weekly videos. He's got all the subscribe stuff.
Yeah.
This is your guy. Go over, check out his channel.
Mm-hmm.
You will definitely be happy that you did. And as I said, we're going to start seeing AJ's channel grow and develop and to, you know, really transform into something cool here over the next year. I think 2023, 2024, and every year after this, it's really, really a critical time for us to start really going hard on YouTube because um, companies are starting to put more and more money into social media. So
Mm-hmm.
it's time we should hop on that train as well as passionate people for what we love. AJ, you have such a passion, and I really want to convey that to our viewers as well. So thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
You too,
Thank you so much for connecting with us in the first place. I
man.
don't even recall how we met on YouTube officially, but one
Mm-hmm.
thing led to the next, and it's been a great relationship so far. I hope you and your family are all doing well, doing great, that your health has been well as well. And just, you know, thank you, AJ. If you got one final statement about worms and why people should start growing worms and worm farms, what would it be? Close us off here, AJ.
Don't depend on the big box stores because they're going to charge you $50 for some fertilizer when you can make a $30 investment and have your own for life. You know what's that saying? You feed them, you teach a man to fish, you'll feed him forever. So
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. Give
worms
a
are the
man
way
a
to
fish,
go.
he'll eat for a day. Teach a man how to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime.
That's it.
It's
That's
a
it.
beautiful thing. And that's ultimately my biggest goal in life. AJ, I don't know if you know this or other people watching right now. Over 3 million children starve to death every single year.
Oh,
And that's unacceptable.
mm,
And that's why I do this. That's ultimately why I do this. I got to teach people how to fish because there's so many people out there that are stuck in situations where they can't fish,
that's
whether
amazing.
that be just growing their own foods or actually reaching out in compassion and love for other people around the world. If we can start conveying that message, man, that's what it's all about for me because it's absolutely heartbreaking and devastating that despite this abundant world that we live in, there also exists such evil and such greed where so many children have no idea if they're going to have food tomorrow or the next day or the next day, ultimately up to the point where they perish.
Mm-hmm.
It's so heartbreaking.
Mm-hmm.
And
Can I
so
say one thing real quick before we
yeah,
go?
yeah.
Um, the thing about me, my way is the way I do things. Other people do their worm bends differently, and they're successful as well. But on my channel, if you ever have any questions or concerns, leave comments because I'll give you my feedback. I'll steer you in the right direction. I won't like make fun of you if you don't know the answer, because we all don't know everything. So
Right.
I always get back. I always give feedback. So I
Yep.
thank you for that.
That's what I love about your channel is you connect really well with the viewer, and that's something that's going to translate overall long term really, really well. So keep those big ideas in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Big pictures are going to come with big results. So thank you so much. I think it's time we close out here.
Yeah.
And, we're going to have these 2 videos. Our first interview that we had on the wrong channel, I'm going to clip that all up for us and put this. Yep. I was like, man, we got no viewers on here. What's going on? Oh, it was on the wrong channel. So we're going to clip that up, put you on here. And AJ, if you have any links to ways that people can buy directly from you, even your email, let's see if we can get some products shipped out directly from your home into people's hands and into my hands too, because I'd love to be able to show off some products that you've got going on. And final statements, do some more review videos on your channel and stuff. Get that stuff going. Get all the good stuff we talked about, and you're going to be growing faster than you would even know, especially at this point. 3,000 becomes 6, becomes 12 a lot quicker than you would think now that you're at this tipping point. So really build that dedication and passion. So AJ, thank you so much. I appreciate your time. God bless. Okay.
Thank you too. Thank you, viewers.
Take care. Thanks everybody for watching. AJ's Green Topics. You got it on his shirt right there. That's the man. He's the Worm King, baby. Adios.
I'm still learning.
We all are every single day.
Yeah.
Have a good night. Thank you.
God bless you.